Taking control of conversations about my eczema. Today I'm going to read an excerpt from my blog for atopic dermatitis called Reaching a Turning Point and Talking About My Eczema. In Fiji, I visited during their thunderstorm season, which was quite literally the hottest season of the year, as well as the most humid because of all the thunderstorms. This combination of weather patterns caused me to sweat up a storm of my own, and I found my neck and collar flaring up for the first time with prickly heat rash. My Airbnb hostess bluntly asked me what was wrong with my neck. And for the first time in my life, I did not feel angry or defensive when she asked that question. And she was super direct. She even had a scowl on her face, which would usually kill me a little bit on the inside out of embarrassment and shame of not having more control over my skin before. For some reason, instead of closing up or talking back, a part of me with my more open-hearted receptivity found myself completely getting where she was coming from, and also understood that she probably did not realize how rude she was being or how she was coming off. I found myself giving her the benefit of the doubt, and in fact I could even empathize with her and appreciate that she cared enough to ask, instead of sweeping it under the rug or pretending that she wasn't seeing something as concerning as she was seeing. This is an excerpt from my blog. I will put a link to it in the comments down below. And I share this excerpt from this blog because I think while it is important to validate our anger, frustration, and embarrassment, when strangers specifically just ask us about our skin and ask us personal questions about our health, out of nowhere, not knowing us, not having the experience themselves, it's still rude to do that to people you don't know. But I think in terms of stress levels as an eczema warrior, my experience has been that it's just been easier on my mental health and stress levels to find it within me to have compassion for others who don't have eczema, who ask me these super direct questions that catch me off guard out of nowhere, like, who are you? Who do you think you are? Just coming at me like that. But also realizing that there's an element of that is coming from a place of concern and hopefully care and curiosity. It would be nice if every person could catch themselves before they say something to somebody who's going through an obvious health issue and find a kind, compassionate way to express their curiosity, as opposed to what some has felt to me oftentimes has felt like maybe making assumptions and coming at me in an aggressive and direct way that is not warranted because there's no familiarity and I just don't owe anyone any explanations. I mean, for sure, as an eczema warrior, you could just ignore these people and keep it moving. But there's also a part of me when my skin was really bad that just constantly felt defensive, like I had to prove myself, like I had to say something back. Just, I don't know, like to prove something, because my self-esteem was just very low, to be honest. Being covered in rashes, being so exposed, having my imperfections so exposed, and things I could not hide. But in any case, I have found too that in pivoting my response from being very defensive, angry, and essentially insecure to finding the space within my heart and mind to open up, to consider, if I was not in my own shoes, if I was a stranger to myself and I saw myself, would I do any better, really? You know, would I really truly be able to catch myself in the moment and not help myself from saying something or asking these questions out of concern, care, curiosity. Which is what I hope it is. I at this point in my life, being able to be a little bit more objective about these kind of scenarios, that's kind of like where I see it now when people come out of nowhere with random direct questions like that. And I've learned to just appreciate the honesty. That is truly how they feel. That's just honest, and I don't have to respond to it. I could just, like I said, just keep walking and just ignore them, because I don't owe anyone shit. I don't owe anyone. I don't know any explanations about anything. But if I do feel like engaging or responding, it is a moment where I can take control. I can be the expert of my experience and teach them something. Maybe they know someone who has it and they're genuinely concerned and want to learn more from different people, and they just haven't found different ways to ask these questions or to express their concern. And also in these moments, I see it as an opportunity to train people on how to respond to me. I could teach them, I would prefer it if you would ask me this question in this way. I prefer it if you would take a moment to express your concern or questions in a different way. This is how I like questions to be asked of me, and this is how I respond to them. Otherwise, I won't. Take control. Teach people things. Have a bigger heart. Be the bigger person. Be a living example of what you want your life to be, what you want your interactions to be as an eczema warrior, and set the standard for that to be how they treat other eczema warriors who you may or may not meet in the future, because we have choices. So I say take control or walk away. Either way, the choice is yours. And I hope that this helps someone out there. Also, check out the blog if you want to read the rest of the story and what led up to it and what happened afterwards. Thank you, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.